All right, perfect. So recording has started. Okay. Today we'll talk about a new instruction, which is a compensation. Instead of using multiple if statements, we can use one instruction, which is called which is the switch case instruction. So I'll start sharing with you. Start the presentation, and we will discuss it. Now we are going to talk about switch case structure. Of course, it's maybe the name is a bit intimidating, but it's not that difficult. So this is the structure, or this is the diagram of the switch. Here I will write switch. Okay, then condition, expression or condition, and I'll have many cases. Case 1, then if case 1 is true, block 1 is executed. Case 2 is true, block 2 is executed. Case n is true, then block n is executed, and all will come to the end of the block. All right. Now, what if none of these cases is true? All of them are not true. Then I'll implement the default case. The best way to understand this is to show you or to take an example. Now this is the structure. See, switch of expression, then open block, case C1, code block 1. And this is optional, but it's preferred to be used. For me, I'm asking you to use it always because it's not needed if the cases are not related to each other, but sometimes there's some kind of relation. But this is a must for me. All right. If you feel or if you read somewhere else that it's optional, it's okay. It's their point of view. My point of view, it's mandatory. You have to use the break after every case. So in case 1, it will execute this code. In case 2, it will execute this code. Case n, cn will execute this, and so on. The last one is if none of the cases is true, then we will use the default. All right. For example, this is an example, and we write it together, and I'll show you how to use. Write a program that reads an integer, and specifically 1, 2, and 3, and prints the corresponding number in words. Like if you enter 1, then the program will write. So if you enter 1, the program will write 1. If you enter 2, the program will write 2. If you enter 3, then the program will write 3. And of course, if you enter any other number, the program should write invalid. Okay, any other number, invalid. All right. So how to write this code? Please, as I told you, focus with me and see how to write the program. First of all, I'll define an integer. I'll call it x. Okay, equals any number. Of course, I'll change it later, or let's read it from now. C out, because there's a statement say read. Enter an integer. All right. So now we did nothing. Cn. Okay. We read it. Now our main concern is here. Here I will use switch. All right, of according to the value of x. All right, so here what I'm doing, the first 3 instructions are nothing new. Here I will start the switch instruction. Now here I will again create a block. Remember that it has to be a block, and I'll follow the cases. Okay, how is it written? How it is written? Case, then space, then 1, because I'm talking about 1, 2, 3. All right. If it's something else, I'll show you after a while how to use characters instead of numbers. So case 1, C out, right? And of course, it's better to write ENDL and break. Remember, I told you this is optional in some textbooks, but for me, I prefer to write it always. So this is the first case. Case 2. Okay. Again, I'll print this. I'll copy this. And break. Now case 3. The same thing, but here I'll change it to case 3. All right. And break. And finally, if it's not 1, not 2, not 3, according to the question, it should be either 1, 2, or 3, right? 1, 2, or 3. Okay. If it's none of these, then I will use the default. Okay. Out. No need for this one. And also, in default, you don't need break. Why? Because this is the last instruction. You know that the break is just to stop execution. I'll show it to you now how to execute it. So see out here 3. Okay, see out here invalid entry. All right. Now this is the code. Let's run it, and I'll take it and explain to you. Enter an integer. So if I enter 1, for example, then it printed, or it prints 1. Let's run it again. I'll enter 2. It prints 2. Let's run it again and enter 3. It prints 3. Run again and enter 4. Invalid entry. Now, how does this work? Let me just take it to the slides and explain there. But first, let's keep the format. Okay. So I'll explain the execution and the process to you. This is the code that we've written. So here, if you can see, the first part here, enter X. So when you entered 1, the switch checked the value of X because it works according to the value of X. Then when you entered 1, it came here, found that the value, the case of X, where X is equal to 1, is correct. Then it printed 1 end line, then it came to break. Remember the break? What the break does is to break everything and goes outside the loop. All right. This is the first case. Let's see the second case when we entered, for example, 3. I'll just erase this. Okay. And let's try with 3. Now, when you enter the 3, came here, switch according to the value of X, and X is equal to 3. Then it came here, case 1, no, it skipped it to case 2. Is it case 2? No. Then it skipped it to case 3. No, case 3 is true. Then what it does, it printed, entered this block, printed 3, then it came and found break and left everything else and went out and continued. All right. Now what when we entered 4? Okay, when we entered 4, it came to the first case. Is it 4? No. It skipped and went to case 2. Is it 4? No. Then it skipped and went to 3. Is it 4? No. skipped and went to default. Then in default, printed invalid entry and went out. So this is how the program works, or the code works. Now let's take another example, and then I'll give you not an assignment for marks, a practice to write. Okay. Let's see the second question. Write program that reads two real numbers and asks for the operation plus, minus, asterisk, and slash, and prints the result according to the operation. So if you can see here what I mean by this question or this example, the program will ask you like enter number 1. Okay, you entered 1.5. Then ask you to enter number 2. You may enter 3.7. All right. After that, it will ask you enter an operation. In this case, you need to enter either plus, minus, asterisk, or any operation you want here. So I have three variables. The first variable, I'll call it N1. The second variable, I'll call it N2. The third variable, I'll call it OP, stands for operation. So N1 is of type double, right? N2 is of type double, and operation is of type character. Okay, why character? Because you enter plus, minus, asterisk, or slash. All right. Then, after that, it will come and check switch according to what? To OP. I have case. If you remember, we talked about it when we are dealing with one character. I use one code. Okay, plus. If it's plus, then I'll define here R equal N1 plus N2. All right, and break. The other case is asterisk R equal N1 times N2, and so on. The last case, if you enter any character which is not one of these, the program or the code will take you to the default, which will write that invalid operation. Okay, let's write it and see how this will work. I'm sorry, I'm just checking if we have any. I don't know if anybody is writing messages, but we'll see. Mariam at 2021-62. Why? Why, Mariam? Why this student is not with us? Where was she?
No, she's with us, but I don't know. She's having problems in Teams. She's with us.
She's with us, right?
She is, but not in this not in this meeting.
So I don't know how to add her now. How to add? Send her the link. Call meeting options. She's with us, I'm sure. Anyways, let her manage, and I'll see how to add her here. Ah, okay. Is she know us?
Yes.
All right, I sent her an invitation. Anyways, so let's get back to our discussion. Now I want to, or I will write the code to you So first, as I told you, I need to define double N1 and N2, right? Then I need to define and also R, the result. Okay, and also I will use character OP. Okay, equals. You don't need to give it any value now. Now, C out enter the first number. Okay, CN N1. Then enter the second number N2, and then enter the operation. Enter the operation. Okay, which is OP. Oh, we read the first number, the second number, and the operation. Of course, it's better to give a message to the user that what we are expecting from you is a plus, minus, asterisk, multiplication, or division. Okay, it's just for the user. If you remove them, it won't affect the execution. Now the switch. Who can tell me switch will be of N1, N2, or operation? Come on, answer. What to put here in the switch? N1, N2, OP. What will be the variable which control the execution to convert it to addition, subtraction, multiplication? All right, let's see if anybody wrote something. Nusayba, perfect, OP. So here we are talking about the operation, because based on the operation, we will execute the code. So OP. Now, the cases, I'll delete this and start over again. See, case, in the previous case, in the previous question, we used case 1, right? Now here we are talking about characters. So I'll use this quotation, okay, because it's a character. Okay, also I'll put it as a comment. We used like this as plus is a character. You have to use. Okay, of course this will not affect the execution. So case 1, in case plus R equals N1 plus N2, correct? And break. Second case, let me just copy and paste to save time. I don't want this anymore. In the second case, which is the multiplication, okay, R equal N multiplied by N2. Okay, in the third case, which is the slash, okay, N equal, all right, and the last case is subtraction, right? We forgot, we didn't do subtraction. N equal N minus unbreak, and the default C out invalid operation. Okay, and of course ENDL. And after after we finish this, we need to print the result. So C out. The result is R. Right. Let's execute it and see how it works. Okay, first number 1.5 or 1.4. Enter. Second number 2.3. Okay. Operation. Let's take multiplication. Addition. Then the result is 3.7, which is correct, because 1 plus 2 equals 3, 4 plus 3 equals 7. All right, let's try another try. So 2, 4, and the multiplication. Let's select the multiplication. So the result is 8. Let's try another operation. 2, 4. The operation is percentage. Okay. Invalid operation. Why? Because it's not listed one of them. Okay. Now, what has happened here? I'll take it and also explain to you step by step. I'll take it part by part. So this is the first part before the switch. And this is the second part. Okay, so what's happening here? First of all, of course, as we discussed and we agreed that first I need to declare double n1, n2, and the result. Okay, and the operation, which is character, and usually operation equals, for example, plus, or op equal minus. In this case, by the way, if you don't want to use switch, you can write if op equals plus. All right, then R equal n1 plus n2. Else if op equals minus, then in this case R equal n1 minus n2. Okay, else if op equals asterisk, which is multiplication, then R equal what? n1 times n2. Else if op equals slash, also one quote, R equals n1 divided by n2. All right, and finally else, I'll continue here, else C out invalid. Right, so it's almost the same. If you want to use this, unless of course I write in the question using switch. If I write this, I don't allow you to use if statement. You have to use a switch. All right. If I don't write this, it's up to you. You can write if statement, no matter how many if statements. So in the first one, enter n1, enter the operation, and then here the switch according to the operation that you entered. If you entered, for example, plus, it will come here and see case plus, and remember this code just because it's character. Okay, case plus, then R equal N1 plus N2 and break. Case asterisk, then R equal N1 plus, times N2, break. Case slash R equal N1 slash N2 and break, and case minus R equal N1 minus N2 and break. Default, if you enter any other operation, then it's invalid operation. Now your task, I want you to add another case, which is case mod operation. Okay, here you will be having another case. First of all, you need to modify this add the mod operation. Second, I want also to have case before the default case mod operation. I'll give you this code and execute it. Of course, I want to see your execution. I'll give you this code. I'll share it with you so you can update it and use it. Okay, so here I'll just print the code. I think this is the code, right? Yep. This is the code. You can copy it and paste it in the in your program. All right. But here I think we need no. Not it's not complete. I'll bring it all to you here from here. Here's the full code. Okay. Copy it, paste it, and add the mod operation. I'll stop recording now, and I'll discuss with you your answers. All right? Come on, please, Yella.